Hansi Flick is the modern architect of football, mate. He transformed a Barcelona side that had become a complete disaster in Europe, humiliated in the Champions League year after year, and a team that could not even see the shadow of Real Madrid in Spain. Under Xavi Hernández, there were always excuses. The pitch,
Preguntáis por el césped, nos ha perjudicado bastante.
the referees,
Estoy indignado. Creo que es una injusticia grande, pero yo creo que es el árbitro que debería dar explicaciones, salir aquí a hablar. Ya dijimos ayer, ¿no?, que es una figura muy importante en este deporte.
the sun,
No nos gusta jugar con sol. El sol nos molesta.
the club's finances.
Ve que su eterno rival pues, puede volver a ganar una Champions, ha ganado la Liga y va a fichar a Mbappé, ¿no? ¿Que va a poder competir contra esto en los próximos años?
Sí, lo vamos a intentar. Yo pienso que el culé, el barcelonista, el aficionado, el socio debe entender que la situación es muy difícil, la situación es complicada, sobre todo a nivel económico para competir con los máximos competidores, tanto en Madrid, en España, como en Europa. Nosotros tenemos una situación económica que no tiene nada que ver con 25 años atrás.
But Flick arrived and completely changed the mentality of the institution. Because this Barcelona side did something no Spanish club had ever done before. They became the first team in Spanish football history to win the domestic treble while scoring a ridiculous 174 goals across all competition, the third highest tally in the entire history of the club. And honestly, that is not even the scariest part. What truly restored Flick was Barcelona's dominance over Real Madrid. The German manager became only the second coach in history, after Pep Guardiola, to win his first 4 official Clásicos against Madrid, producing a brutal record of 16 goals scored in just 4 matches, while also defeating Los Blancos in both finals they played against each other. At 2024-2025 season, he already built one of the most terrifying attacking tridents in Europe. Robert Lewandowski scored 40 goals, Rafinha scored 30, and Lamine Yamal added 14 more. Together they produced 84 goals. But as Flick understands perfectly, football dies when it stops evolving. So this season he improved Barcelona even more, and that is terrifying. Up to 16 different Barcelona players scored in the league campaign. Lamine Yamal, Ferran Torres, Lewandowski, Rafinha, Marcus Rashford, Dani Olmo, Fermín López, Ronald Araujo, Pedri, Marc Bernal, João Cancelo, Jules Koundé, Pau Cubarsí, Eric Garcia, Frenkie de Jong, and Rooney Barkji. This Barca side did not just win matches, they completely dominated football. Barcelona averaged a monstrous 68.91% possession, miles ahead of Real Madrid's 59.44%. They also became the most aggressive attacking side in Europe, producing 692 shots during the domestic season with 257 on target, the highest offensive numbers across Europe's top leagues. And once again, they ripped the Supercopa out of Madrid's hands before mathematically securing La Liga itself by defeating Real Madrid directly in May 2026. After the 2-0 victory, Flick had now coached 7 official Clásicos, with an almost absurd record of 6 wins and only 1 defeat. And here comes the truly frightening part, mate. Flick built all of this with a core dominated by La Masia players and only a handful of signings. Dani Olmo, Rooney Barkji, Pau Victor, Joan Garcia, the loan of Marcus Rashford, and João Cancelo. That is basically it. But the German still wants more, because Hansi Flick did not come to Barcelona to dominate Spain. He came to win the Champions League.
This is, for me, it's a big dream. There are 2 things, I think, in what I will life is this, that we win the Champions League. I think we have a fantastic team also for the next years.
And to achieve that goal, Barcelona have now signed one of the biggest stars in the Premier League, Anthony Gordon.
Anthony Gordon to Barcelona. Here we go. Deal done for the English winger to join Barca from Newcastle.
And honestly, he fits Flick's football perfectly. His pressing intensity and obsession with recovering possession completely seduced Flick. Gordon is not only a player who wants the ball to feet, he attacks space relentlessly, something that could become lethal, receiving passes from Lamine Yamal or Pedri. He was the fastest player in the Champions League, reaching 37 km per hour, even faster than Kylian Mbappé and Erling Haaland. Just like Yamal, he is devastating both when dribbling outside or cutting inside to shoot. His 1v1 ability is elite, he scores goals consistently, and perhaps most importantly, he chose Barcelona over Bayern Munich. So yes, the architect of modern football has done it again. 70 million euros, the most expensive signing of the Hansi Flick era. And the craziest part, Flick has spent barely 170 million euros total during this entire transformation of Barcelona into a monster. So honestly, this Barcelona side is not normal anymore, don't believe it. Take a look at this. For Hansi Flick, football is pure attacking engineering. Barcelona's attack does not begin with the goalkeeper, it begins the exact moment the opponent tries to play out from the back. Flick calls it the 5-second recovery rule. The entire team compresses into around 30 metres of space, and once possession is lost, Barca unleash an aggressive pressing pack, led by players like Rafinha and Gavi. Recovering the ball so high up, the pitch changes everything because Barcelona are no longer attacking organised low blocks. They attack defences that are still trying to reposition themselves, creating massive spaces for the front three to destroy teams in 2 or 3 passes maximum. That is the key difference between Flick's Barca and the old Barcelona of Pep Guardiola. Guardiola's side tried to disorganise opponents through long passing sequences and possession. Flick's Barcelona destroys teams by attacking space at full speed. The instruction is brutally simple. If there is space to attack, attack immediately. Barcelona have drastically reduced meaningless horizontal passes in midfield, and every possession now has instant vertical intention. That is why players like Lamine Yamal and Rafinha no longer only receive the ball static near the touchline. The system constantly encourages diagonal runs behind defenders, perfectly using the laser-guided long passes from Pau Cubarsí and Pedri, which are poison for defensive lines. The entire offensive structure is also specifically designed to maximise Lamine Yamal's genius without physically exhausting him. While the left-sided attacker, whether it is Rafinha, Marcus Rashford, or an inverted midfielder, constantly attacks inside like a second striker, the right flank becomes isolated for Lamine. Jules Koundé overlaps perfectly, but the real objective is to leave Lamine 1v1 or with space in the half space to create magic through impossible passes or his trademark curled shots into the far corner. So the real evolution of this Barcelona side comes from transforming their historical control through possession into control through space and rhythm. Flick's Barca do not put teams to sleep with possession anymore. They suffocate opponents with pressure and then destroy them with speed. And once you understand all of this, you realise why Anthony Gordon is almost the perfect player for this Barcelona system. The public reaction to Anthony Gordon joining Barcelona has been deeply sceptical, and honestly, it makes sense at first glance. 6 goals and 2 assists in 26 Premier League matches do not immediately look worthy of a €70 million transfer. But judging Gordon only through goals and assists completely ignores his true tactical value, because context matters. If you think that, you're forgetting that when this player is on form and has a team to support him, he can have seasons with 12 goals and 16 assists, like in 2023 to 2024. He played for Newcastle United, a far more chaotic and inconsistent attacking side than the system he would now enter under Hansi Flick.
In ways, I think the way they keep the ball was a learning experience. We don't play against that kind of style in England. Not at that level anyway. I thought they were the best I played against in that sense of the game.
Even there, Gordon already showed the quality needed to become a world-class attacker inside a dominant team like Barcelona. Deco has repeatedly explained that Barca want a fluid and unpredictable front line, and Gordon fits that perfectly. He is a right-footed left winger, capable of playing across all 3 attacking positions, and even functioning as a false 9. And once you compare him statistically with attacking midfielders and wingers across Europe's top 5 leagues, his efficiency becomes obvious. Despite Newcastle's inconsistency, his attacking threat remained elite, proven by his 10 goals in 12 Champions League matches. His shot volume is also frightening. Gordon ranks in the 82nd percentile for shot attempts and constantly cuts inside to shoot quickly, producing an expected goals value of 8.79 this season. Stylistically, he almost looks like having another version of Lamine Yamal on the opposite wing. Just like Lamine, Gordon loves receiving wide, cutting inside and curling shots toward the far corner. His close control in tight spaces is brutal, allowing him to hide the ball before finishing, exactly like his goals against Liverpool.
Newcastle, Bruno for Isak, through for Anthony Gordon. Here's Gordon, it's into the...
And Manchester City.
From their seats around us, Anthony Gordon!
Even his goal against Everton showed his incredible finishing precision. So honestly, Lamine on the right and Gordon on the left sounds terrifying. He's become one of the most devastating 1v1 attackers in the Premier League, winning 57.28% of his offensive duels, nearly 8 percentage points more than the next closest player. Defenders never know if he will beat them with pace, dribbling or crossing. His passing efficiency is also elite, with an 81.8% passing accuracy in the opposition half, proving how rarely he loses possession in dangerous zones. Beyond the statistics, the eye test confirms it completely. Gordon is unpredictable. He combines finishing with dangerous crossing and created 26 big chances, plus 5 massive opportunities for a Newcastle side that often struggled defensively. But perhaps the biggest reason Flick loves him is his work without the ball. Anthony Gordon is a pressing machine. His defensive intensity and ability to force turnovers fit perfectly into Flick's football. Gordon produced 92 defensive interventions and 57 ball recoveries this season, while winning possession in the final third 10 different times. Those numbers prove he can sustain Barcelona's suffocating high press. Tactically, his versatility changes everything. If Barcelona sign another striker, Gordon can naturally move to the left wing and compete directly with Rafinha. But if the club invest elsewhere, he can also operate centrally because of his intelligence attacking space and manipulating defenders. And if anyone doubts it, just remember the goal Gordon scored against Barcelona itself, when he attacked the space behind Jules Koundé, entered the box completely alone and calmly finished past Joan Garcia. Barcelona are searching for a versatile attacker who can play on both wings while adding movement, pressing and depth to the front line. Inside the club, they believe Gordon's mobility, intelligence and delivery can maximise the qualities of Lamine Yamal even further. And honestly, Barcelona are convinced that under Hansi Flick, Anthony Gordon has not even reached his final form yet. Now honestly mate, if we are talking about squad building, Hansi Flick is an absolute master at improving players. The German manager has consistently extracted the very best version of every signing he has touched at Barcelona. Put this into perspective, Joan Garcia won La Liga's Best Debut award in his very first season at Barcelona. And the truly scary part is not just his talent, it is the mentality he showed immediately stepping into one of the most pressured environments in world football. Watching him perform as if he had been born to wear the Barca shirt proved the club had signed something far more special than just a talented goalkeeper. Joan Garcia does not only make traditional saves, he saves shots with every part of his body, his boots, knees, thighs and shins, almost like a handball goalkeeper throwing himself across the goal. In his first La Liga season, he finished with 15 clean sheets and only 21 goals conceded in 30 league matches, while helping Barcelona win the title during a season where the team's defensive intensity was constantly scrutinised. And honestly, some of his moments already feel legendary. In the Catalan derby, after saving an initial shot from Roberto Fernandes, the rebound fell perfectly for Pere Millar. Joan instantly realised he could not reach the second ball himself, so he physically pushed teammate Gerard Martin toward the ball to block the rebound shot. Ruthless intelligence, one of the moments of the season. But Joan Garcia is not the only Catalan reinforcement who exploded under Flick. Dani Olmo has been pure oxygen for Barcelona. In his first season, he delivered 10 goals and 4 assists, highlighted by his brace against Espanyol, his double assist performance against Real Sociedad, and his Champions League semi-final goal against Inter Milan. And this season somehow became even better. Olmo played 48 matches, appeared in 31 consecutive games, started 7 of the final 9 matches, and produced 8 goals plus 9 assists. He delivered massive moments too. The winning goal against Atletico de Madrid, a Champions League winner in Prague, an MVP display in the second leg of the Champions League quarter-final, assist in El Clásico and against Getafe, plus another goal in the derby against Espanyol. And if you think improving 2 signings is impressive, what Flick did with Marcus Rashford is unbelievable. What a season Rashford had. 28 goal contributions in all competitions. La Liga champion, Supercopa champion, the best minutes per goal or assist ratio of his entire career, contributing every 87 minutes. And he did it through spectacular moments. Champions League goals against Newcastle United and Olympiacos. Goals against Atletico, and what many fans now call the goal of the season. Rashford finished with 14 goals and 14 assists while becoming one of the biggest success stories of the Flick era. And somehow Flick even improved a 4th reinforcement too. Joao Cancelo became a relentless up and down machine on the flank. His impact was so strong, he fully earned the right to stay at Barcelona permanently. Cancelo once again became the specialist for spectacular goals and massive performances, especially in the match against Sevilla, where he produced both a goal and an assist. That is what Flick has done with every reinforcement he has received. So imagine what he believes he can do with Anthony Gordon. Because honestly, this is not accidental. 7 assists in all competitions, already the best statistical season of his career at just 18 years old. And what makes it even crazier is the comparison with Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo at the same age. At 18, Messi played 25 matches for Barcelona in a single season and produced 8 goals with 5 assists. Cristiano Ronaldo across 2 half seasons between Sporting and Manchester United managed only 1 goal and 4 assists despite playing more matches. And beyond the numbers, Flick has already developed the first signs of true leadership inside Lamine. He plays with joy, fearlessness and generational talent, capable of producing every type of goal imaginable. But if we are speaking about transformations under Flick, then Rafinha has to lead the conversation. His evolution has been outrageous. Last season he delivered 34 goals and 23 assists in 57 matches with a scoring average of 0.59 goals per game. This season, in only 33 matches, he already produced 21 goals and 6 assists while increasing his efficiency to 0.63 goals per match. And now, beyond his usual physical intensity and suffocating pressing, Rafinha has added a lethal finishing instinct that places him among the best wingers in world football. And honestly, we could continue like this with almost every player in the squad. Eric Garcia and Gerard Martin have statistically become some of the best players in La Liga in their roles. Marc Bernal is already dominating his role while scoring spectacular goals. Pau Kubasi continues evolving at a ridiculous speed every single match. In short, this Barcelona side has become the most dangerous team in Spain and one of the strongest teams in the world. And with Anthony Gordon, Hansi Flick is clearly aiming even higher.